Hey, this is Kirkalmighty here. This is now episode 2 in my multiplayer game here against Mike, who is currently the general in charge of the German army that I'm facing up against here. I'm playing the Confederates in Advanced Tactics Gold. Now, I haven't seen a whole lot go on here since the last turn here as far as he's concerned. I mean, these look all more or less like the same units over here before. Some of them look a little stronger, like this guy. And I noticed, yeah, that one. And then like this guy here out on the, they're looking a little stronger. Not a whole lot of difference there, though. The guy I saw over here last turn seems to have retreated, or I'm not getting good intelligence on him now. I'm not sure. So Stonewall up here has gotten his heavy infantry in now, as you can see, and we got the guns, we got everything in now. Most of the mortars, or at least 3 or 4 mortars in each one. Bloody Bill, I think he's got 5 mortars in each one now. He must have actually gotten mortars in excess this round, so some probably went back to Supreme HQ, I'm guessing. And his SMGs are almost completely stacked out there. So I think, like I said, I am going to declare war this turn. I have a feeling that I may have a slight edge over him right now. Looks like we're fully stacked on mortars down here too, just about. I think I may have a slight edge on him right now. I say that because I just have a feeling that I've deployed my forces in a faster and more efficient manner towards the front lines here, which I think is going to give me an advantage here. So I think I'm going to take advantage of that and hit him now, and hopefully I'm right, and we'll see how that goes. I'm going to go ahead and make my move and stop the video here, and then when I come back we'll see how it turned out. We'll see what kind of casualties I sustained and what kind of casualties I inflicted. Probably won't be too many battles. Definitely up here I'm going to hit his strong point down here. Possibly might move up the line and hit here or something. I don't know if I'll hit anywhere else. And down here, just have to look and see how it turns out, if I have enough action points to possibly hit him there. Definitely these guys would be able to, but I want to hit them from different directions. And I'll push up these guys, I'm sure, through the trees here. These SMGs, still a little low on experience because they're still pretty fresh. I'm probably just going to push them up to the tree line here. I also noticed he brought his road down 1 more hex down here. So he's definitely moving something, or just giving himself better supply down here. I don't know what he's got going on down here, but I'm going to push up to this tree line here and see what I can see. Other than that, oh, and I'm going to push this army down here. Bragg is going to move, like I said last turn, he's going to go ahead and move down here. I'm going to try and capture that foil and move down, and we'll just see what happens when we encounter him. And then we're going to hold off up here. Beauregard's going to hold his position here. So everyone is planned to advance a little this round, except for Beauregard. Anyway, I'm going to pick up the video here in just a minute here after I move my units and do my turn. Okay, I'm back now, and I completed my move here. I got a little more intelligence on some of this stuff, and I did conduct a couple of attacks up here. It was the enemy unit that was here on a corner, and then I end up attacking here too, and I was able to win both of those. And let's see here. Where's the? What am I looking for? Is that one? No, it's not that one. Where is the one I'm looking for? Oh, right there, totals. Yeah, here's the. I lost 46 rifle. He lost these the rifle, SMGs, machine guns. So, production-wise, value-wise, I fared a little better than that. Most importantly, though, is I won the battles and pushed him back. So I know these guys have suffered some serious problems with or suffered some losses with their readiness now, and probably a little bit with their morale too. So that's good there. Now I took notice of something. I was able to gather enough intelligence. I can see that the Germans over here, they actually got 5 armies. So down here by Longstreet, and Longstreet's going to convert over to the heavy artillery next too, by the way. I'm going to send the guns here, horses, and these guys are going to convert over to the same heavy infantry that Stonewall has up here, Stonewall Jackson. Next, I'm probably going to go over here, because I'm not really sure what I'm going to run into down here, and I really want to beef up Bragg down here a little bit. I advanced a little over here, just to gather some intelligence, really, and you can see I'm back far enough. The amount of action points would be required for him to move in on me. There's no way he'd be able to attack these guys this turn, not with anything he's got here. Just wanted to gather some intelligence, but I was able to gather enough intelligence to what I can see is 5 armies. There's an army up here, second army. He's got the 5th army there. These elements down here that I run into, and I had pushed these forest guys up and never saw him. I didn't actually see these guys until this guy moved over here, which I was just doing a probe with him, really, just to see if I could run in anything. So I took one of the riflemen, which the riflemen were actually all planning to go out here, one of the riflemen over here, just to try and cover myself a little right here. I imagine I'm going to panic him probably a little when he sees this, and he's probably going to worry about these getting cut off from supply. I don't really expect him to go running out here with them, because I'll cut him off for sure. More than likely, I'm expecting he'll probably try and back him off somehow, or move him here, or do something. I don't think he, or that way maybe. I don't think he's going to try and run out here with him. But it looks fairly open at the moment. I might actually be able to get up here and cut this area off like I was saying. But what I took notice to is he's got the army there, army here. These elements are part of that army, and then there's an army down here. So I'm seeing 3 armies across here. I've got 4 armies. Once more, I think my armies may be a little bigger, because like this guy right here, I'm assuming he's probably got a HQ back here. He's got a 5-unit army right there. I've got 8 formations in this army. I got 8 formations in every army. I'm not going to really push on this right now. I'm going to sit here and wait. And yeah, I believe, and like I said, next turn I'm going to send guns over here. I want to beef up Bragg a little bit down here. Now Stonewall, the reason I want to send guns to him this round, and I've directed my factory to send guns here. I've got horses all going directly right into Longstreet's headquarters here. And that way they'll go out in the field right away, just like they did up here with Stonewall. And I think with just one army down here that I can see, I don't know what else he might have back here. I think Stonewall, I can push hard, push fast. I can really push in on it and really creep up and push in on this city quickly, I think, with Stonewall. Or excuse me, Longstreet. And if that's the case, then that means Bedford up here, Nathan Forrest, that I may be able to just relieve him and be able to use him and kind of circle around and cinch up this spot and come around here and start working on this city right here. I'm going to hopefully cut everything off, work on that city there. Bloody Bill's going to continue. You see Bloody Bill, actually I moved him up to the edge of the forest line. These are mostly SMGs, and unfortunately they may have to engage in a little combat here in these narrow plains in between before I can get him across into these forests up here. Maybe able to advance some of his guys up in here. Mostly I'm going to be able to, he's got a couple riflemen here. Actually I might kind of divert these riflemen over here to kind of deal with some of these units in the plains here and keep SMGs up here. I don't think, originally I wanted to use these riflemen to kind of support Stonewall's flank there, but I'm not sure Stonewall's going to need it there from what I'm seeing. So far it looks pretty good. I'm not seeing quite as many units as I would expect. I did see this one armored car unit here. Like I said, I think his armor is going to be fairly limited. But I did notice though, where was it here? Was it down here? He upgraded this oil, so he is thinking a little bit about his oil. So he must be working on a little bit of something there, something enough to give him some concern. I'm sure he stockpiled some oil just like I have, but he bumped up his oil production a little bit. So he's got to be thinking about some kind of armor he's got out in the field if he's worrying about that. Armor is going to be a little difficult for me to deal with right now because honestly I'm focusing my builds on dealing with the infantry here in the beginning because I don't expect to see a lot of armor. You know, I got infantry guns coming here. The infantry gun and the mortar, they have some light anti-armor abilities, though they're not, you know, they help. Because the rifles get little to nothing in anti-armor ability. So, overall, though, I think this turn went pretty good here. I think the Confederates are looking pretty good. Here's old General Lee down here. I've definitely stockpiled a lot of forces. Between pulling forces out of these garrison units and everything else, I've got quite a stockpile. And this allowed me to really dedicate the bulk of my production this turn into political points, which I can use to build another factory, upgrade resources. I'm not going to have to produce rifle here for a little while, at least a couple turns. SMGs is a little more questionable. I am producing some mortar this turn because a lot of my units are still low on mortar, so I know I need more. But I'll be able to. I'm going to be able to divert most of my production to political points. So looks pretty good here, and I guess we'll see how my opponent responds here this turn. This is the first turn of a war deck, and I'm going to end the video here, and we'll pick up in the next episode.